Welcome back to another episode of Bassing with Captain Lou. Guys, this is a very exciting episode. Reason for it is because the Vexus just had a humongous makeover. And if you're curious to see what I've done so far, stick around. Welcome back, folks. That's right, the Vexus had a huge makeover. This has been in the works for a very long time. And what I've done was I have upgraded my trolling motor. That's right. I had a Minn Kota Fortrex for many years. It served me well, but I needed an upgrade. I needed to upgrade. I needed to step up my guide business. And what I did was I invested into a new Power Pro Move. And let me tell you guys, this trolling motor is flat out unbelievable. So why the change? Why did I decide to change and upgrade to a new trolling motor? Reason being is I needed the technology, okay? I had a Minn Kota Fortrex for a very long time. Like I said, it served me very well. It was the older cable steer type of a system. But I needed the newer technology. I need that new tech. I need that spot lock. I need that onboard navigation where I could control the boat with my phone or with a handheld remote. I just needed the technology when it comes to the trolling motor. And what better upgrade than a Power Pole Move? I have had my eye on this trolling motor for a very long time. Trust me, I know there are other competitors out there, other good name brands. I've had the opportunity to handle other brands of trolling motors, brushless type of trolling motors, and although they're good, I'm not going to take that away from them. The Power Pole Move just kept coming across my radar. The more research I did, the more I actually fell in love with this trolling motor. So now that I explained my why, come along with me. I'm going to go ahead and show you many of the features that this trolling motor has to offer. I know there's a bunch of videos out there in regards to the Power Pole Move, but you know what? This is my video, so I'm going to show you guys what I've learned so far, what I love so far, and give you my points of view in regards to the technology. Now, the number one piece of technology in my book that I'm showcasing right now is the entire time I've been shooting this video so far, I have not been anchored with my power pole. I've actually been using the spot lock feature in the middle of a flat using my Power Pole Move. I mean, it's been quiet this whole time. As you guys have seen, the boat hasn't been jostling or hasn't been anything. It's just been like smooth movements. And that's because of the technology, the GPS technology that the Power Pole people have put onto this trolling motor. So no power pole, because I do have a power pole in the back. No power pole has been deployed. If you don't believe me, take a look right now. So as you guys can see, no power pole is deployed. This is all the Power Pole Move doing the work. I mean, look how smooth and quiet it is holding this boat in the middle of this flat for me. So that's the number one thing I want to share with you guys, is that the GPS technology on the spot lock is top notch. Now the next thing I want to cover is the hybrid handheld remote control. I mean, look at all the buttons this thing has. I mean, it's unbelievable. I could do so much with this thing. I could control the spot lock. I could control the Pro Nav, which I will discuss that in a later time. I could control this boat anywhere I want just by the touch of a button right here. Now, another unbelievable feature that this Power Pole Move has to offer is if you don't have a handheld, or for whatever reason you lose it or it's broken, you can control the boat or have the exact replica of your handheld unit on your smartphone. That's right, using the Power Pole Move app, you could control the boat and have all the functionality at your fingertips by utilizing your smartphone. So come along with me throughout my outing. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about some of the other features that stand out in regards to this Power Pole Move. But in the meantime, I'm gonna do a little bit of fishing. But you guys stick around. I'm gonna be back and talk to you guys about more of the features. So let me go ahead and show you guys how the spot lock feature works. Right now, as you guys can see, I have nothing activated. I'm going to show you the two ways that you could use spot lock. You could either utilize it on your console by pressing the anchor, or you could also utilize it on the floor by pressing the same icon on the floor, the anchor. So what I'm going to do is I want to go ahead and hold on this canal system that I am right now. I've been working this canal system while I shoot this video. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the capability of the spot lock now. I'm going to show you guys just with the foot pedal alone. You're going to hear it beep, and then you're going to see the trolling motor just activate and hold. And as I could tell you, it's a very quiet operation. Let me get really near close by so you guys can listen to it. So as you guys can see, it's working right now. If you look at the digital display, it's at a 2 thrust, so it makes increments very, very small. It goes from 1 to 2. I mean, it changes. And then if you look at the console here, it's telling you that it's on anchor mode because of the yellow light. It's also saying that the thrust is currently moving, and right now this blue light signifies that there is a satellite. That means the GPS is currently working. And like I said, this whole time it's working just nice and smooth and quietly. Now if I wanted to deactivate the anchor system or the spot lock system, I just go ahead and depress this foot button, and as you could hear, it goes back to manual operation by doing that. Now let's say I wanted to do it from my hybrid remote control. I do the same thing. I just press the anchor button on the remote control, and as you can see there, the trolling motor activates and everything remains the same. Nothing changes. Now if I want to go ahead and turn it off, I just go ahead and hit the anchor button again, and now it's deactivated. Now another very cool feature is that I could utilize the app of the Power Pole Move on my smartphone, and as you guys could see, maybe you'll be able to see, it's a duplicate of the remote control handheld. So the buttons are in the same place. I have anchor, I have thrust, I have my mobility arrows here, I have reverse, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and try it out on the smartphone. There it goes. Utilizing the smartphone, it's responding just like if my foot was on there. Okay, I want to go ahead and activate the blades. There it goes. I want to go ahead and increase the speed. I can just do it right here. There it is. I'm at 10, as you guys could see down there. So basically, if you choose to, you could operate the trolling motor move on your smartphone. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about one more feature that this trolling motor has to offer, and that's the reverse function. All right, so let's say you're heading into the bank. The bank is coming up right here, and I don't want the nose of my boat to go into the bank. I don't want to crash into any sort of structure whatsoever. So what I could do is I could go ahead and hit the reverse button, and now the boat will go in reverse. And I can increase the speed at how fast I want to go reverse. How cool is that? And then I could steer the boat in reverse without having to have my foot on the foot pedal. I want to go ahead and stop the function. I go ahead and press it again. And now the reverse feature has turned off and I'm back to manual control. Right now I have the trolling motor activated. And as you guys can see, I am moving. But if it wasn't for me telling you so, you can't hear it. Look how quiet this trolling motor is. I'll go ahead and increase the thrust for you. Right now I'm at 8. And now listen to it. I mean, I'm going to get closer so you guys could hear this thing. I'll do it with the handheld. The only thing you hear is the beeping of me pressing the buttons, but I mean, as you guys can see, I have this setting on 8, and it's moving the Vexus pretty well. I mean, check it out. I mean, look at that thing. The only movement, or the only sound you hear, is the water over the shaft. And that's it. Now, some of you might be wondering, how fast can I go with the Power Pole Move on my boat? So I could do it 2 ways. I could show you. I could use the dial on the foot pedal, And then look at the screen over here as I do that. The highest it will go is about 17. I have never done 17. So let me do 17 with you guys in the boat. But let me do it straight. I don't want to do it on a turn because I don't want to be thrown off this boat. All right, let's see how strong 17 is. Okay. Yeah, 17. 17 is crazy. Hold on. Let me get a straightaway. Oh my goodness. I almost fell off the boat. There's 17 right now. I'm booking, guys. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to illustrate two features. I'm going to illustrate the navigation, okay? And then we're going to see how fast a 17 thrust is, okay? So the way the navigation works is you could either utilize it through your application or you could eyeball it. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and eyeball it. So I'm going to point the head of the trolling motor down the middle of this canal, and I'm going to activate the thrust at 17, and we're going to see how fast that is in miles an hour. We're going to go quickly to the console of the boat to see on the GPS. Ready? Okay, let's hit navigation on the boat. Okay, navigation has been activated. Now let's hit the thrust. All right, and away we go. Let's check out how fast I'm going. .6, 3.4. So right now I have a small headwind from the east, and my speed right now is at 3.4 miles an hour at the 17 setting, which is very fast and very strong. Okay, so that was pretty crazy. Let me go ahead and bring it back down to normal operating speeds. I personally like it anywhere between 7 and 9, so I'm going to put it at 7. And I'm going to continue talking to you guys about some other features. If you guys want to see the rope feature, here it is. I mean, it's very easy to pull up, very smooth. It stores nice and easy. I want to go ahead and just deploy it, go ahead and pull the rope. And that's that. Very fast, very easy, very smooth. One other feature that I like about the deploying method is that if something happens to the rope, or this tears or breaks or whatever, I have a fail-safe right here. Meaning right here, I could pull this lever and automatically, or by the looks of it, I push the lever out and I'm able to pull the trolling motor up in the event the rope breaks. Now, taking a look at the foot control. The foot control, this is your speed, as I talked about before. Up goes faster, down goes slower. This is the throttle on and off. Okay, as you guys could see at 5, the boat does not jostle around by any means of the imagination. It's a very smooth transition at the low speeds. And that's basically it. This is a wireless system. This is just a power source. This cable here is just a power source for the trolling motor or for the pedal, but it's not steering. This is all wireless, which is pretty cool. If you want to see the responsiveness of the foot pedal in regards to the head of the trolling motor, here it is. I mean, it responds very quickly. And the cool thing is with my phone or with the app that I showed you guys earlier, so I get to control the sensitivity. I go to settings, and once I hit settings, you'll see here you have options. You have options here. So I want to go ahead and work on the foot pedal, so I'll hit the foot pedal feature. I'll look for the foot pedal settings, and right here it has the resistance and the sensitivity of my foot pedal. So with the stroke of my finger, I could go ahead and adjust the resistance of the trolling motor just through the phone. Pretty freaking cool, I say. One of the last features I'm going to talk to you guys about is the clamp system. So I'm going to go ahead and get on the bow of this boat. Hopefully I don't fall off showing you guys. But let's say I need to adjust this trolling motor on the fly. I just pull this clamp, and it's able to go up and down without me having to really muscle it. I mean, look how smooth this is. I like it right about here when I'm in a deep canal. All right, let's do a little off-roading, so to speak. I'm gonna go into a flat right now that has a bunch of lily pads and a bunch of vegetation. Let's see if it affects the power pole move in any way. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the height of it, and let's see how it goes. So it entered the flat without a problem. Let's go ahead and tackle that lily pad field over my shoulder, and let's see how it does. I mean, as you guys can hear, it is plowing through the vegetation. I mean, I have hydrilla, looks like. Look, it's still going. And I also got lily pads, still going. You hear it? Still going. And this is on number 10. I haven't even jacked it up too much. Unbelievable. I wouldn't have been able to get this far with the Minn Kota. Now, I do have a few housekeeping items. Like I mentioned, I did a fair share of research when it came to purchasing the power pole move. Yes, there's a lot of great things out there in regards to the power pole move, but I wanted to hear the bad stuff. I wanted to hear what issues people were having. And at first, I read a lot about bugs that individuals were having with the power pole move, and that was a concern for me because it is brand new technology, and I don't want to have issues on the water. But the more research that I did, found out that you have to be on top of the updates. And like I mentioned, through the use of your phone, okay, you get to do updates to the trolling motor. So prior to this trolling motor touching the water, I went on into the app and I hit the update feature. And there's an update button right there, and it'll tell you right away if there's updates for all the devices on the boat that pertains to the trolling motor. I went ahead and hit the apply button, and over the course of about 15-20 minutes, everything was updated. So when I got onto the water today and I deployed that trolling motor, it started working right away with zero issues. And in case some of you guys are wondering, I know some of you guys are gonna ask this, what battery system am I utilizing to run the power pole move? I am utilizing two 100 amp hour lithium batteries from Solar Solutions. I did a video on that system. I did that system, it's gonna be almost a year now that I did that system. But in case you guys were wondering, two 100 amp hour lithium batteries are powering my power pole move. So there you guys have it, the power pole move trolling motor. Unbelievable piece of equipment. I hope you guys got to enjoy the video. Hopefully I covered everything. So the pros and cons list very quickly. Pros, I mean, it's very technologically advanced. It has tons of angler friendly features that it's not difficult to do or figure out. The only challenge I did have is with the ProNav application. However, like I said, I didn't give it its due diligence to study it before I got on the water. So I got to look at that application a little better. But other than that, the power pole application is very easy, especially when it comes to updates or tweaking the equipment. And like I said, like I mentioned, the technology. I mean, as you guys could see, I am moving along right now using the ProNav technology. Like I mentioned, I centered the head of the trolling motor down the middle of the canal. I hit the navigation button, and now I'm able to talk to you guys, and the boat is steering itself, which is a wonderful thing. So when it comes to the cons, the only cons that I could think of right off the top of my head, it's the cost. I mean, yes, is it an expensive piece of equipment? Absolutely, it's very expensive. However, it was a huge investment for my company, for my guide business. It's gonna make guiding a lot easier. It's gonna make the experience a lot more enjoyable for my clients, because I don't have to be running around on the boat on a windy day or with a lot of current, and I can utilize the technology to hold on a spot all day if I need to, versus being on top of that trolling motor and moving it around and causing a bunch of noise. Because this thing is quiet. I mean, I know I talked about it, but this thing is quiet. It just purrs, you don't even hear it. So I can sneak up on fish and hold on positions a lot easier with this type of system versus my previous system. Now, in regards to installation, I did not install this trolling motor. Reason being is because there's a lot of electrical things that need to be done to it. Not a lot, there has to be two things that needs to be directly tied into the electrical system of the boat. So the two things that need electrical connections is the LED screen in the front, that little LED screen that you see in the bow of the boat. That needs to have its own electrical source. And also the remote control, this hybrid handheld, needs its own power source as well. And I have that underneath my console. And the reason being is because the console charges the handheld plus any updates and stuff like that goes through the docking station that needs to be directly connected to the boat. So because of those types of things, I did not do that. So I had my very good friend Eddie from Atomic Marine Service. He's a mobile marine service. He was fantastic. He came over to the house. It was a cold, rainy day, but we know each other now for a couple of years, and he did me the biggest favor. Came over to the house and installed the Power Pro Move. Thank you, Eddie, if you watch this video. I appreciate it, brother. And the other thing I gotta talk about is the install is I did purchase the universal mounting plate for this trolling motor. Reason for it is because it's a very expensive investment, and I want to make sure that that trolling motor is fastened securely to the boat. And because I had a different hole pattern from my Minn Kota, the universal mounting plate had that those holes in the mounting plate as well, so I was able to align it to my previous Fortrex setting. Eddie went ahead and drilled 2 additional holes to the hull to really secure the universal mounting plate. And then after that, the trolling motor is very easy to install. We utilize 6 screws onto the mounting plate, and that trolling motor is not going anywhere. So in case I missed anything or anything like that, I know I verbally vomited all over this video in regards to the features and functions that this Power Pole Move has to offer. If I missed anything or you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate and comment down below. I'm just here to help you guys, especially if you're considering a Power Pole Move. If you're local and you're considering a Power Pole Move, I strongly recommend that you guys check out Eddie from Atomic Marine Service. I will leave his information down below. He did a fantastic job on the installation. And like I said, hopefully I covered everything. Like this video, share this video, better yet, subscribe. The community is growing. I'm gonna be putting out a bunch of more videos now. I'm gonna be able to go to a lot of different areas now. I'm able to do, just because of the technology. And for those of you who go down to the website right now, BassettWithCaptainLou.com, and book yourself a guide trip, let me tell you, you're in for a treat with this new system. I'm looking forward to fishing with you guys on the water. Take care of yourselves.